Consume less, create more. Say it with me. Consume less, create more. Consume less, create more. What's going on, guys? Hey, this is Evan, and I know I haven't posted in a while. It's been a couple days since my last post. Dang, it's getting somewhat emotional right now. I'm not even gonna lie, man. Look, the support has been unwavering from y'all. Like, it's actually insane. I really appreciate every single one of y'all for supporting me, for clicking on my videos, clicking on my stories, watching everything I'm posting and stuff like that. It means the most. And as you can tell, like, oh, my eyes are getting a little watery. Hey, happens to the best of us. And yeah, I think that with that being said, I gave y'all some pointers, some advice, some things you guys can take away today to help improve your life or your psyche or anything like that. Things that I've learned basically in my 21 young years on this planet. So without further ado, let's get into it. First things first, it's gonna be stand in your presence. Standing in your presence. Look, every single one of us have a presence. Whether you want to acknowledge it or not, whether you want to say that you're, important, independent, or that you're your own figure, you are. You have your own presence. Standing in it is the biggest thing. Kind of like, what are your thoughts throughout the day? What do you want to be? What do you, think about yourself? What is your attitude towards the world? That is your presence. That's what you got to acknowledge. That's what you got to be, hang on to that. Don't be put down based off your past or what you think you did wrong or like anything like that. You are who you are. The things in the past are the things in the past, and you just got to take that and move along with it. Be who you were made to be. And I just said that. Be who you were made to be. I'm actually looking on the screen right now. I have like notes right here. Be who you were made to be. That's the biggest thing I'm trying to say here. Standing in your presence is being who you were made to be. Don't be what others want you to be. This is another big thing. Like, people want you to be a certain way. People want you to act a certain way, or listen to what they tell you, or they want to control your life, or people want to tell you who you are, or like whatever. People can talk and be like, this guy is this, this guy is that. And it's so easy sometimes for people to be like, you know what, maybe they're right. Maybe I am stupid. Maybe I am just a loser. Maybe I am just... No, you're not. Because here's the thing. You have your own presence. If you stand in that, if you be who you are, no one can tell you what you are. No one can tell you what, their opinion. Their opinion won't matter anymore because you are you. And that's the biggest thing that I'm trying to say here. The next thing, the reason why you suffer day to day, mentally and physically, is because you live for others. Like, stop living for other people. Like, live for yourself. Stand in your presence. Be who you were made to be. If you want to record content, turn on your phone. You have a camera on your phone. You know what I mean? Like, just hit the record button and record your day. Record you going to the gym. Like, it's the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scrolling and be like, dang, I really wish I could be like a vlogger. Turn on your phone. Be a vlogger. Like, it shouldn't take me for y'all to do that. You know what I'm saying? For you, the person who's watching this, to make that decision to be like, look, Evan's right, man. I should really turn the camera on. I just started getting into content because for so long I wanted to record content. I'm gonna be honest, like, the Division 1 lifestyle is very busy. Like, I was, collabing with people who recorded me on the court, cool edits, whatever. And those got 10,000, 20,000 views. And that's just, that was really like fulfilling to me because like I really like creating and stuff like that. And I'll get onto that. I'll speak more on creating later on in this video. But it wasn't enough. I still wanted to, record my day, record me doing my own stuff. But, it's hard to bring a camera around when you're in, on a program on campus and you're under someone else's time, you know what I mean? And it's more of like a hobby, But yeah, I'm not going to get too far off. Don't live for others. Live for yourself. Stand in your presence. I'm going to keep repeating that. You suppress your true self for others. That's another thing, playing off the whole mental and physical thing. You suppress your true self for others. I've seen so many people just, they don't act like who they are. They act nonchalant. They withhold that joke. They withhold what they really want to say. They withhold what they want to add to the conversation because they're worried about other people's opinions. It happened in the program I was just in. People couldn't even talk in team meetings because if you shared the opinion that someone else might have not agreed with, then people were looking at you funny, like, okay, maybe this, I don't want to be associated with that guy. And that was really me. You know, I'm giving all these, ideas that, about team positivity, good mindset, experience over anything else, just experience positivity, don't badmouth your own self, you know what I'm saying? Like, and things like that. Like, and some people, that was a part of their game, was to badmouth themselves on the court. So people were offended that I spoke up and I said, let's not, talk negatively about each other. That was a bad thing. You know what I mean? So don't suppress your true self for others. Do not do it. Be who you are meant to be. I just can't say that enough. Be who you are meant to be. And that takes looking inside. That takes, okay, what, if you feel bad or feel good, asking yourself why you feel that way. Acknowledging, your habits. Acknowledging how you feel after certain things. Like, if you take action, or you do something that isn't good, or you do something that's great, how does that make you feel? Then that should help steer you into who you are and who you're meant to be, whatever that may be. Hey, I'm not the judge. So it all comes down to this. What sounds better? A peaceful, very easy life. Very easy life. No conflict with anyone. Everyone likes you. You're a people pleaser. You get along. You follow everything. You're just fine. You're not making anyone upset. You are saying yes and nodding your head to everyone. You're not being who you are meant to be. You're ignoring the drive. You're ignoring everything in here and in here to just appease everyone else. Or do you want to live an unpredictable but fulfilling life? Because here's the thing that everyone thinks about, right? When you're yourself, when you're really putting yourself out there, what is it? It's unpredictable. You like a girl, you like a guy, whoever's watching this, you find attraction to them. Do you make a move? Or do you do what's easy and just sit down and say, like, you know what? It would be cool to go approach that girl. But you know what? I'm safer right here. So yeah, a peaceful but miserable life, or an unpredictable and fulfilling life. It's really up to you guys. It's really up to you as the watcher. I mean, I really, I just gotta leave it there. Next, when you're winning or transitioning into a new chapter of success, that can look like self-improvement, job success, any sort of success you can assess for yourself. So if I'm like, I'm really feeling more confident lately. I feel like I can really start conversations with someone. This could be, I feel like I'm really excelling at my sport and I can notice it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are telling me, I'm watching the video and I can see it too. That's when the most hating will happen. That is when people will hate on you the most. That's when people will talk on you the most, good and bad, both. You'll get a lot of attention. It will shake some of your relationships up. People thought you were this. People thought you were that. People saw you this way. People saw you as, someone who was easygoing. Someone who didn't, when you joked on them, you wouldn't say anything. Someone who, didn't really have that much self-respect. Someone who, kind of stayed quiet. Someone who was more reserved. Someone who, whatever. Someone who's shy. Someone who was, whatever. It's going to shake it up. Your success will reveal your true friends. It will reveal people who are fake. People you got to cut off. But jealousy will take over. Jealousy will take over. Envy will take over. All of these things. But also, support might take over. Goodwill might take over. Support might take over. So you have these, these 6, 7. You have these, two sides. The friends that were fake and the friends that support you. And at first, before you have this transformation, before you become the person that you're trying to become, before you have the self-improvement, external or internal, it's all in one. It's all in one group here. But as you transform, as you rise, the people trickle off and they become this and this and this. And then the people that are actually there for you, people who are actually meaningful in your life, that can handle the next chapter, will come with you. I'm trying to visualize that the best I can with my hands. But basically what I'm saying is the people that are able to move into the next chapter will follow you there. Your obligation is to acknowledge your transition, see the transformation, see your growth, see that you're growing past these people. You are. And it's true. It's you. You see it yourself. And do what it takes to get there without dragging old friends, old environments, and old habits into the new chapter. Look, I'm not saying you can't, friends from the past that, maybe didn't have a good understanding at some point, weren't in their best moment, people who aren't I'm just saying, like, people from your past who, have grown, people in your past who are where you're at now, maybe you could reconnect with them. But I'm saying old friends, people who aren't going anywhere, people who aren't following where you want to go in life, people who don't have the same drive, don't have the same ambition, are okay with living mediocre lives. People who don't want to make money, people who don't want to spread their ambition out, people who don't want to explore other hobbies, people who don't want to, work multiple jobs or start a new business, people who aren't going to get after it. You have to move past them. You have to. You have to. And if you feel like you're someone who, man, I might be that person. I might be that person with no ambition. I might be that person who doesn't, apply to 2 jobs when, I want to start a business. So, things like that. Man, you might be that person who, man, I noticed I had a friend who did that. He leveled up. He really did level up. And I resisted it. I didn't ask to join him. And it's okay. That's okay. You can join them. You can be that one. But it takes what I said earlier in this video. Standing on your presence. Being who you were made to be, not people pleasing. Being who you were meant to be. It's really just that simple. If you're that friend that you think your other friends leveled up and you got left behind, it's probably for a reason. You need to stand in your presence. And that's just fact. Can't bring old habits. Can't bring old habits to a new chapter. Can't do it. Can't do it. Old environments, you just gotta leave them. I just did that. I left that program, and it was the best decision I ever made. Now I've leveled up. It was a part of my leveling up process, actually. It was. Next, and final thing I'm gonna speak on, because look, it's a late night. I just want to get this video out to y'all. More videos like this will come soon, but I just want to make sure I can communicate this to y'all. How to build yourself and your personal brand. Because look, in my opinion, I'm not holding no information in. I'm not hiding the blueprints. I might make it a subscription. I might, be like all these other YouTubers eventually and be like, look, y'all are gonna have to pay. No, I'm just playing. This is all free information from me, coming straight from me to you. Because look, this is not just me. I'm not gonna rip y'all off. I'm not gonna make y'all pay for a program. I'm gonna tell y'all what it is, straight up. But how to build yourself and your personal brand. It's marketing. Look, I've gone to school for marketing. I've done TikTok back in 2019, 40,000 followers. I lost them over the course of a couple years. I didn't post anything, but the knowledge never left my mind. Okay. First things first, you got to consume less and you got to create more. You're scrolling on your phone all day and you're just looking videos. But what if that can be you? Who says you can't share information that you've learned in life? Who says that you can't record your hobbies? You know how many other people got that same hobby? You know how many other people have experienced the same that you've experienced? You know how many people want to hear about your experience? You want to know how many people want to hear about your life? You know how many old friends, old peers, old anything? I mean, people from your past, people that you'll know in the future. You know how many people want to hear about you and know what you're doing? Everyone. A lot of people. See, we're all on social media. Scrolling, but we're not doing enough creating. So in my opinion, we're all one big community on social media. We're all a big community. So why not share our experiences? Why not share what we all got in common? Why not? Just a thought. So if you've ever been, nah, I can't do content. No, I'm not charismatic enough. No, I'm not funny enough. Yeah, you are. And if you don't think you are, maybe you have other traits. Maybe you have other skills that people want to learn or want to admire. You're never not enough. That's another thing. You're never not enough. You are enough. Always. You will always be enough. Always. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not enough, because you are. Everyone is special. Everyone is unique in their own way, and that's just fact. So consume less, create more. And I'm sorry if I'm rambling a little bit, guys. It's still going to get uploaded just because, I mean, this is raw video. This is a raw video. Start with your hobbies. Record your life. Document as if one day you hope your ancestors or descendants can watch. It's all about legacy. It's all about legacy. It's not all about legacy. Now, it's not all about, oh, you know, I hope my kids will watch this video. I hope, you know, whatever. I hope, you know, people will remember me when I'm gone. Yes, that is the point, right? You want to be remembered for your kindness. You want to be remembered for your strength. You want to be remembered for what you did in life, and what you accomplished, and how great of a person you were. Right. Everyone wants that. But the biggest accomplishment is when you're on your deathbed, can you say, I did everything, or at least 90% of what I wanted to do. 10% was before I wasn't willing to do it. That's the biggest thing. So yeah, consume less, create more, whatever that may be. Recording, you gaming. I got a gaming mouse right here and a gaming keyboard right here. You hear the clicking? It kind of just wrote on my notepad though. Is that gaming? Do you like gaming? Okay, record it. You got time? You got time on this earth, right? Might as well record it while you're at it. Whatever your niche is, that's what you want to do. So do it. By the way, I know my bed's a little messed up. Just did laundry. Another thing, one last thing. The cheat code is this. I'll lean in and I'll tell you. Give 100% in everything you do. Everything you do. I know that was kind of like direct because I'm looking at the camera, but don't be afraid to look like you truly care about things you love in this life. Like, the whole nonchalant thing needs to go out the door. For real, it needs to go out the window. Because why? Why am I gonna, me being, you know, who I am. At one point in my life, I thought the nonchalant thing was cool. At one point in my life, you know, I probably had a nonchalant phase where I was just like, you know what, pull up at the party and I'm just like, yeah, I'm cool, whatever. Whatever, like, whatever's going on, someone's coming up to talk to me and I'm kind of just like, yeah, that's cool, bro. Yeah. But that's not me. That's not me. It's an act. Yeah, sure, it's me when I'm like in my nonchalant era, I guess. But here's the real me. Someone says, what's up? What's going on, dog? Hey, long time no see, bro. Hey, dude, I like that shirt, bro. Dude, I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. That's the big difference, and let's just look, my way of responding to someone is different than how you respond to someone, or how you greet someone is different how I greet someone. But that's okay. That's the point. That's the point. We're all different here. We're all different. We're all born different. But, we all got a heart. We all got a brain. Like we all got, spirit and presence. You know what I'm saying? That's all within us. So like, just be strong. Be who you are meant to be. All of this will fall into line. Standing in your presence. Just a quick recap. Stand in your presence. Be who you were made to be. Don't live for others. Live for yourself. Live a life of unpredictability. I'm looking at the note. But be fulfilling in that. Let that be fulfilling. And don't live a life of peaceful miserableness. Yes. Don't live a life of peaceful miserableness. And I just made that word up. I did. Peaceful miserableness. That's what we're going to call it now. While you're transitioning into this person that, you standing on your business, standing on your principles, standing in who you are, despite what anyone has to say, standing on your business, standing in who you are. While this is happening, the transition that I talked about, people are talking. It'll shake things up. You'll notice. People will change on you. Your friends will show. Your friends who weren't there, your fake friends, will leave. And they won't leave. Sometimes you gotta leave them. Sometimes you gotta be like, all right, cut. You gotta tell them see ya. Gotta tell them sayonara. You have to. You gotta acknowledge that you're making this transition. You gotta do it for yourself. And then building yourself and personal brand. Consume less, create more. Consume less, create more. Say it with me. Consume less, create more. Consume less, create more. Social media is a community that we need to share our lives. We have to share it. That's where it's going. Social media is life now. Social media, if you don't want to believe that social media is life, cut the screen in half. I'll do it for you. This is real life. This is social media. It's a 50-50. Half of life is social media. That's fact. It's fact. Whether you believe it or not, it's up to you. Consume less, create more. Give 100% everything you do. Give 100% everything you do. Whatever it is. It can be applied to anything. Give 100% or none at all. Give it in everything you do. Don't be afraid to look like you truly care about things you love in life. Don't be nonchalant. Unless you are just a chill person, look, that's you. Stand your presence. If you're naturally nonchalant, just be you, man. If you're a quiet person, hey, do it. But don't be afraid to look like you truly care. Don't do that. You're doing yourself a disservice, for real. But yeah, guys, hey, that's it for this video. Hope that helped. A lot more stuff like this coming. Got a lot more videos like this in store for y'all. Just want to help y'all out. I hope to see more people post on social media, their lives, videos, photos. Be creators, guys. Be creators. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say. Gonna release more content to y'all soon. Appreciate y'all watching and hope y'all have a great night. I know I'm about to hit the sheets, so love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all stay along. Join along with the social media stuff I got going on. It's a lot. I'm gonna go a lot of different ways and really excited. So, yep. Appreciate y'all. Peace.